last November I was sitting around in Orlando with very little to do, so I thought I'd take a ride through 5 of the southern states. Let me tell you my story.
Well, hello there. I'm glad you could join me. So, I wanted to tell you about this really great ride that didn't really end so well. It was November, and I was sitting around the house in Orlando, not doing much. And I thought maybe I should go for a ride. Maybe take a week to 10 days and ride through 5 of the southern states. There are a few things I wanted to see, a few items on my bucket list that I thought I could check off. So, got things ready and left. The plan was to take Highway 75 to Ocala, then jump on 27 and on to 98, which is called the Big Bend Scenic Byway. And that was the first thing I wanted to check off on my list. I had heard about that ride through the Florida Panhandle, and I really wanted to do it. The ride was fantastic. I had the beautiful blue waters of the Gulf on my left, and the white sand, and the road was just a really pleasant 2-lane blacktop. Well, I stopped at a little roadside stop at Cabela Beach and had a sandwich, and then continued on to Panama City Beach for the night, where I checked into Chateau by the Sea, which had a really good deal, $65 a night. Had a great room overlooking the beach, and next door was Harpoon Harry's, so I went over there to have my dinner. And man, I saw the most amazing sunset. I still remember it today. One of the nicest sunsets I've ever seen. The sun, the water, the white sand. Hell, it's hard to find something better. So, the next day, it was raining actually in the morning. I'll put on my rain gear and continued west towards the Alabama border. I had heard that there was a billionaire in Alberta that had built a full-scale replica of the British Stonehenge. It was called Bamahenge, and it was about 30-40 miles out of my way. Of course, nothing was really out of my way because it was just a trip to see all this stuff. Well, the waves look good here today. Anyway, I want to interrupt my story. So I rode down the Barber Parkway and found this Bamahenge in the woods. apparently there's no charge for seeing it. It's not part of any amusement park or anything. It's just something that Mr. George Barber thought would be cool to have on his property, and I understand that his property is thousands of acres. After leaving Bamahenge, I stayed along the coast because my next stop was Biloxi. The Biloxi lighthouse is a very important part of Biloxi history, and actually the fact that it's still standing sort of represents the resilience of the people who live in Biloxi who faced numerous storms and hurricanes over the years. And this light is still a beacon that shines out there, reminding everyone that Biloxi's here to stay. So the next morning, it was cold in Biloxi. The bike wouldn't start, and the battery was dead. Temperature was 28 degrees Fahrenheit. There was frost on the seat. So, but it took me till nearly noon to go to the Harley dealer, buy a new battery, and get it installed on my bike. And by noon, it had warmed up. It was in the high 30s. So I continued on from Biloxi to Natchez, where I planned to spend the night. Because the next day, I planned to run the south half of the Natchez Trace Parkway. I had done the north half, coming south from Nashville, a number of years ago. So this time I was going to run it from Natchez to Tupelo, and then from Tupelo I would be riding on into Memphis. In Memphis, I had pre-booked a room at the Graceland guest house, which is really quite a large hotel, and very reasonably priced actually for the quality of the rooms and the amenities. And the next day I used my VIP pass to tour Graceland. I didn't spend a lot of time inside the house. I was a realtor for 40 years. I've been in a lot of houses. So it didn't take that long to sort of go through everything inside the house. What I really wanted to see was Elvis's car and bike collection. And that was quite interesting. The next day, I checked out of the Graceland Hotel and moved to a Holiday Inn near Beale Street. So that morning I left Memphis and headed south on Highway 61. And here I was checking off 2 items on my bucket list. I always wanted to ride Highway 61, the Blues Highway. And also, I wanted to go to Clarksville to see the Devil's Crossroads, where that great old blues player, Robert Johnson, sold his soul to the devil to become an accomplished blues player. I came back that evening to the hotel. It was quite late. It was still cold. But in fact, it was cold during a lot of my trip. Apparently, there was some sort of a unusual cold snap. And they said that there were record lows. So I was going to go to Beale Street, but I thought I'll hold off on that. It's just too damn cold. And I thought I would go across the street. There's a Burger King over there. Thought I'll just grab a burger. It was already 8 p.m. and do Beale Street the next day and next evening. So, had my burger. Coming back to the hotel was just across the street. Damn, it was cold. Look, no cars. So I decided to jump off the sidewalk and run across the street. Well, I tripped and fell. I knew by the pain with my arms I had done some serious damage. I got up and walked over to the hotel and told them to call an ambulance. Because I said, I think I've broken one, maybe both of my arms. The ambulance came and took me to the Elvis Presley Memorial Trauma Center. They did some x-rays and they confirmed I'd broken my left wrist and fractured my right shoulder. Well, I got out of the hospital the next morning with a cast and sling, and had to sit back and think of what I was going to do, because I couldn't ride my motorcycle. In fact, I couldn't even move it from the hotel parking lot. So I called Bumpus Harley Davidson, told them my predicament, and they were absolutely fantastic, like most Harley dealers. They had a guy come over, within the hour. He picked up my bike and took it to the Harley dealer and put it in storage, and told me that it would be fine until I got back. And then arranged a flight back to Canada, because I live alone and my daughter lives in Halifax, where I live as well. And I thought, well, at least I'd have some family support, since I was fairly incapacitated. Anyway, I guess that's sort of the end of this story. But there is the epilogue. On the 18th of January, I felt well enough to be able to ride or thought that I could. So I took a flight back to Memphis. Got my bike out of storage and rode it back to Orlando. Anyway, that is the end of the story. And I'm glad you are listening. I really want to thank you. And by the way, if you like my videos, give me a thumbs up and maybe hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. I'll notify you when I make the next one. So thank you, and you have a great day.